Pwede na ba sa emergency?
Yun na nga, bakit nga? Sayang.
Okay.
Mr. President, it is in the law, itong inpatient claims, no? But to be clear, there are claims that are considered outpatient na nako-cover naman dyan.
Okay.
You don't have to be an inpatient. Can we mention a few? Because I think that's what the minority floor leader would like to share with the public. Pagka kunyari,
But it's not only that na meron, but as it been communicated clearly to both the hospital and the public na meron palang ganun. Because reaction po yun ng isang constituent natin na nagre-react sa ating exchange ngayon. Na
I think, Mr. President, it's important that we distinguish and perhaps yung, kaya nga ako, I'm a supporter of health promotion. Ewan ko, kasama yan sa budget ng PhilHealth, na alam nga naman ng tao. Kasi ngayon, pinapaliwanag po sa akin, yung mga kunyari, suture, kasama yan. Pero pag kunyari ikaw ay inuubo-ubo doon, pauwiin ka talaga ng ng hindi kasama, di ba? Walang kasama yung gamot. Kaya resetahan ka lang, pero uwi ka na wala kang O example, ako na magtatanong ng example, hinika ka doon, o pag tinreat ka doon ng may ano tawag doon? Nebulizer. Ano yun? Covered? O walang claim yun, Mr. President. Yung nebulizer, ina-asthma. Kasi nga, it's not
yes.
it's not considered an inpatient eh. So, pero possible na emergency yun kasi di ba pag hinika ka. But dinedevelop pa lang yung program. Dinedevelop pa lang, Mr.
No,
President.
we will limit it to inpatient if it is because of some legal mandate. So can the PhilHealth give us the section and the RA number of what this law is? Na ganyan.
Yes, we can provide, Mr. President. Just give them a second to pull out the law.
And yet, in spite of that fact, the PhilHealth is developing an outpatient program or packages, Mr. President?
Yes, Mr.
Are they
President,
developing
matagal na. Taon-taon natin to
Hindi,
pinag-uusapan.
meron na.
Meron na, pero as far as I know, it's in the it's required by the UHC law that this is rolled out, and this is not yet because it just started, no? So I remember last year pilot, so medyo pilot stage pa rin. They now have the consulta package. There's primary care service, which is consultation and case management for any condition, preventive health service, assistance in accessing services in partner facilities, referral to specialty and higher level of care. Then they have 13 laboratory services. Ito yung mga CBC, urinalysis, pap smear, etc., blood sugar, etc. And then 21 kinds of drugs and medicines are now available in this consulta package. But currently, this is only available in 2,428 accredited providers. And I'm quite familiar with this, Your Honor, because this representation has been urging DOH and PhilHealth to roll it out on a pilot basis para they can find that sweet spot. Kasi may gastos to, Mr. Presidente. So it's a question of how much does it cost per patient to maintain and to sustain this program?
Sige po. Pero ang dental concerns, hindi kasali sa PhilHealth? Dental concerns.
Wala pa po.
Medyo tayo dyan I think we should address that. The dental health, the oral health, no? Oral health of our population, Mr. President.
Wala pa. Pero ano yung chances na It's not yet included, Mr. President.
Included? PhilHealth has packages for...
No, it's not
okay.
yet.
Okay. The non-inclusion of dental health concerns or oral health concerns is because of a legal impediment or hindi lang po nagawa ng package ng PhilHealth?
Cover na natin yun, ma'am. Yung may...
Ano sabi ng
Bawal din? Instruction, hindi po. Di-develop pa rin tayo. Covered siya ng
Actually, marami tayong problema tayo.
Pero yung ano ba, ang tawag doon, yung magpapaklinin ka, ganon, wala.
cover natin
We will. So, consulta. Okay. So, currently, Mr. President, the only thing that is covered is extraction with suturing. So, in other words, kung nabunutan ka na hindi naman kailangan tahiin, bahala ka sa bayad mo. So, siguro ito yung duguin ka para makasama yung ano. Hindi, ganun eh. Para maintindihan ng tao, di ba?
Yeah, but I think that should be, akala ko ang direction natin is preventive or overall
Yes.
health maintenance.
So actually, Mr. President, that's a good observation.
Kaya mag-hemorrhage muna bago.
Of course.
Bago.
No, actually, Mr. President, dito sa konsulta, ngayon makakasama dito, Mr. President, yung check-up. Sa konsulta. Konsulta is the outpatient. So this is really preventive.
Yes. If we can extend the programs to konsulta na, can we not extend it to dental concerns?
No, as I was saying, Mr. President, yung check-up ng dental check-up will be part of konsulta. So what His Honor is saying, and I suppose it's honestly, antayin mo bang bulok na yon para pagbunot, duguin, para makasama, di ba? Parang yun nga yung point ni Minority Floor Leader na, di ba? Parang
Anyway, that is just a challenge to the PhilHealth, Mr. President. Unless they tell us that there's something wrong with the law, it's the law which prevents them from using their imagination to come up with packages which help our people, Mr. President. Then, balik ang bola sa amin, we amend the law. Pero kung hindi, the ball is in your court and just use your imagination. Paano tayo? We're out here to help. And I think marami may problema with oral health or dental health, Mr. President. Ano ba tawag mo nun? Oral health? Dental health? Oral health? Ayos na yan? Hindi ka naman dentista. So, parang isa dentista man. Anong tama?
So sa DOH to, parang vaccination. Oo, okay. So, where is this available? Through public hospital?
Punta na ako sa COVID na. Tapos na. COVID na tayo. Kasi vaccine.
So actually, Mr. President, to be clear, it's not just PhilHealth that has initiatives for oral health, also DOH. So they have a budget of 515 million for fluoride varnishing, glass ionomer for art, ano yun?
Invocation na.
Pang cleaning lahat yan. Okay. So anyway, just to be clear, the conditions that are being
Ang tanong na lang natin.
addressed are yung the glass ionomer is for restorative treatment using minimal instrumentation and low resource setting. And then anyway, it's kind of technical, Mr. President, yung
Sige pa.
yung treatments.
Sige.
But the point is, they have 515 million available in health centers. And I recall, Mr. President, that a lot of LGUs, because
Health center.
His Honor will recall that healthcare is supposed to be also devolved. I recall in my visits to the countryside, there are quite a few LGUs that have already included free dental packages. So this is not a PhilHealth reimbursable. This is a service of either DOH or the LGU. Parang vaccine po, di ba? Hindi naman ho yan PhilHealth eh. It's a, how do you call it? It's a national program, Mr. President.
National program administered by the
DOH.
Yes, yes. Correct.
Oral health, Mr. President.
Sige po, basta na-announce natin ngayong gabi that there is a program, it's in the barangay health centers, in the form of commodities din ito? Or is a service?
Services, opo.
Services?
Oo.
Our barangay health centers are equipped with
Ng DOH includes prevention. This is the routine, preventive, and essential curative care. So ito yung check-up. And then screening. Ito yung oral health screening integrated. Yun nga, dun sa check-up. Yeah, that's it, Mr.
Sige
President.
ba? Okay. At least na-announce natin ngayong gabi. Ngayon, I see Dr. Sarati is here of the FDA. So, ibigay ko na lang po sa kanya yung mga reklamo na tanggap ng opisina ko. But basically, it's the same as last year's list, Dr. Sarate. So, but it's not. I will have to admit, it's not as passionate as last year, yung reklamo. So maybe there have been some improvements. So it's the same nature of complaints, but not as passionate. Last year, grabe yung text na natanggap ko. May mga kasali pa mga curse words eh. Ngayon, wala po tayong natanggap na ganun, Dr. Sa. So I hope that's an indication that there have been some improvements, Mr. President.
Mr. President, the Director General was saying to me that they are in the process of digitalization.
As of now po, ma'am, we are already 90 the problem with the old system is the payment system, but we're addressing it right now.
So here po, if payment nyo, bakit?
There are two types, e-portal and e-services.
Oh.
Those e-portal, magbabayad sila sa land tax para mag-ready to pay.
Oh.
Pero if you are in news process, may automatic. So lahat ng mga portal, may na po sa e-services para automatic parehas.
Okay, so it's the payment system, Mr. President, that they are still working on, as it's not yet that user-friendly. Actually, I just want to add to that, even though it's not the question of His Honor. Until I think a month ago, actually, my brother was trying to access the FDA site, and there's a notice there, an advisory that says, what? Under maintenance. No, but wasn't there yeah, it's only available 9 to 5. And takang-taka po kami kasi ano ba yun? Parang araw-araw after 5 p.m. sarado yung digital portal nyo. And that was there for like 6 months. So this is not the question of the minority floor leader. This is the question to myself.
Yes.
We're migrating the system.
Because I'm not aware of the trial.
Ngayon lang ako nakarinig ng ganun na 9 to 5 lang.
Kasi po, we're making the services po.
In-access ng
I'm making known that concern kasi I'm just saying I have never ever encountered, I don't know if any of you have, a site that tells you na open lang siya na 9 to 5. Wala pa akong nakitang website na yun. It's possible na sabihin sa inyo na ang aming ano tawag doon, our
officers.
our office hours are 9 to 5 or our personnel will only get back to you at 9 to 5. Pero to be able to punch in something, never ko po narinig na 9 to 5 lang yung ganon. So I just want to put that here on record kasi yun nga, never ever, and pati yung staff ko, pina-check ko, wala ho kami naririnig na gano'n, na buong, yung hindi ka man lang makapag-submit ng data after 5. Digital nga lang yun. Kahit not, it shouldn't be that difficult to be able, ang explanation is, sa gabi daw nagtatrabaho mga tao, naintindihan ko yun. Pero there's got to be a way that you can submit things even after 5 digitally.
To receive the information. Tama po, ganun po.
Anyway, give the floor back
9 to 5, so sabi ko 8 hours lang yun, so 16 hours of the day wasted, although you're available online. So,
yeah.
Anyway, I adopt the question of the sponsor as my own.
Thank you.
Thank you. So anyway, Dr. Sarate, yung complaint talaga is actually the delay. So please find a way.
Yeah.
Just like you think like you're a court. Reklamo sa court system delay. So ganun po.
Asan yung letter?
So
with the permission of the minority floor leader, may question lang si Senator
yes, of course.
Legarda. Banggitin ko na rin kasi it's also about yung tungkol sa, alam niyo na yan? Alam niyo na ba? Yun. Anong pangalan nun? The drug is called... Correct. Pero may application na ba sila?
For ongoing application.
Mga kailan yan?
Waiting lang po ng mga sadar. Si LTO, kita na.
Is the generic name is remdesivir or
Iba po.
magkaiba? Bakit? Sabi nga niya, say it again. Hindi, ano nga?
remdesivir.
Molnupiravir.
Amondopir.
Pero ang letter na pinadala ni Senator Loren is remdesivir. So pareho yan nasama dun sa pagtanggal ng emergency? Oo. Anyway, so I explained to Senator Loren kasi sabi niya maraming pulmo doctors na lumapit sa kanya na the process must be followed, and that is the registration with the FDA. So we will make appeals to the FDA to expedite, without cutting corners and ensuring safety, the registration of these products. That's why I was asking kung may pending applications. Meron naman.
Of course, for the facilitation of registration for oral, for the COVID oral medications.
Okay.
So now the molnupiravir has for application on
So, ongoing yung evaluation nitong mga medicines. Kasi nga kahit na na-declare na natin na the COVID pandemic is over, but there are still cases, and for those who are immunocompromised, the doctors need to provide this kind of medicines at paubos na daw po yung supply. So, would His Honor like to adopt that question?
Yes, I make the question my own, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Because my next topic is about COVID-19 actually.
Okay.
That's my last topic, Mr. President. Pero before we leave the FDA, can the FDA help us or the Secretary help us? Because we've been studying the budget of the DOH. Where can we find the total amount in the DOH budget which is appropriated for the FDA? And how much is it? Hindi pa namin makita.
Oo. We have that, Mr. President.
Ayan, kunin nyo. And if we could, it could be also categorized by expense class, PSMO, expense class. If possible, Mr. President.
Yung PS, ganon.
Yan po. Yung appropriation sa automatic appropriation.
So, anong babasahin ko?
Ito PS is 499.74 million.
And then,
And then yung po automatic nila is 1.1 million.
499 plus 119.
Apa.
Plus, that's plus. So, the new appropriation, Mr. President, is 499.74 million, and then there is an automatic appropriation which comes from the income collection from fees, fines, royalties, and other charges, and that is 1.19 billion for a total of 1.69 billion.
Is the budget of...
Sorry, Mr. President, can I ask our SecGen to check the aircon? Biglang uminit po. Thank you. Thank you.
Section, please, we'll ask the Sergeant at Arms to check the airplane.
Thank you. Anyway, please proceed, Mr. President.
Yes, is the FDA budget also subdivided into expense class, Mr. President, like PS, MOE, CO?
I have asked for it, Mr. President.
expense class na tawag doon. Pero ma'am, meron po kami revenue generation.
Correct, oo. Asan dyan? So, Mr. President, saan tayo sa, anong basahin ko? The PS, Mr. President, is 194,797,000, and the MOE is 101,713,000, 101,713,000, Mr. President.
Hindi po ba, ano yun? Akala ko 1.6 yung billion ng budget po nila.
Automatic.
Pero ma'am, meron po kami revenue generation.
Correct, oo. Asan dyan? So, Mr. President, saan tayo sa, anong basahin ko? The PS, Mr. President, is 194,797,000, and the MOE is 101,713,000, 101,713,000, Mr. President.
Hindi po ba, ano yun? Akala ko 1.6 yung billion ng budget po nila.
Automatic appropriation.
The automatic appropriation yun. So for the new appropriation, ano lang po sila 180, ay tama ba?
499, I think, if I remember correctly.
100, Ay, sorry, nag-move yung aking screen. Napunta na po ako sa Bureau of Quarantine. 499. 499.74, Mr. President. So that was the...
Did it add up?
I'm checking, Mr. President. Parang hindi eh.
Hindi nga, Mr.
It
President.
didn't seem so.
Sila mapubay sa
Ito pinakamahirap na budget.
Walang CO. Walang CO yun. Yung binasa ko.
Tapos yung 1.1C na automatic appropriation para sa
Binigay po kanina is isang ko lang remember, 499.
Ah,
And then yung CO po kasi is under
hindi. Ba't nagbasa ako ng MOE? Ano ba na ba?
wala na. Bakit?
Mr. President, I'm sorry. For FDA, the PS is 499,742,000. Walang MOE and walang CO.
Tapos nasa automatic.
And then, under the automatic appropriations nila kinukuha
Correct.
para sa kanilang MOOE. And then may CO kayo?
What is
Okay.
so CO will be taken from the automatic appropriation.
Yes, Mr.
And what would be the amount of the CO?
Ano yun? Asan?
675.
675 million, Mr. President.
Explains it. So Mr. President, ito na, siguro last topic na lang po ito. I've read in the news that some countries are undertaking a review of their COVID-19 response. What is the sentiment or the stand of the Department of Health on this subject matter, Mr. President? Should the Republic of the Philippines undertake a review of our COVID-19 response?
Definitely, Mr. President, that's the answer of this representation. And the Secretary is also saying that they have already. And the details are...
Already a pandemic preparedness and response plan that was crafted by the Interagency Task Force.
Yeah, I know.
That's
But ang tanong is...
How much do you spend? Sa yung bakuna? Ilan namatay? So, tanong, i-remind mo ko sa mga tanong.
Any special
Well, Mr. President, yes, definitely they have done it. And,
They've done it?
Yes, they have done it.
Is there already a final report?
Submitted to the Office of the President? It has been submitted to the Office of the Executive Secretary.
Okay. Only to that office. Doon pa lang. And limited, yung kanyang publication ay limited lamang doon sa opisina yun. Nobody else has accessed that. No other office or agency has accessed the final report.
Mr. President, this representation offers to file a resolution and then invite DOH to present those findings in that report, Mr. President.
The
With
report is not top secret, so it can be shared with with the Senate itself, Mr. President.
Yes.
At the earliest possible time.
Yes.
Okay, so good. Because does the report contain the total amount that the Republic of the Philippines spent to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic? Is it there?
It was not a financial
No
review.
financial.
It's a response without.
Okay.
Yeah.
The effect of our COVID-19 response to our total national debt, is it there? Wala din.
Wala siguro, Mr. President, kasi nga it's a technical review, Mr. President.
The total number of vaccine vials or shots that we procured
We have, Mr.
as part of
President.
our
We have
the
that.
total number of vaccines that we accepted as donation. We have
Meron, Mr. President.
the total amount of the vaccines that were wasted. Is that also reflected in the report, Mr. President?
More or less, Mr. President, lahat po yun available.
May I know the vaccine wastage, Mr. President? Total amount, if not in the number of vials, Mr. President.